Games new to me. Please like and subscribe.
Hey guys, Rob here for Games New to Me. Welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. So, Hell in a Cell is now history, so let me go over it and review it and give you my thoughts on it. First of all, I didn't start watching I missed 20 minutes of the pre-show, so whatever happened in the first 20 minutes or so, I'm not aware of. But the first match that I saw on, this was on the pre-show, was Gable and Benjamin versus the Hype Bros, which was, it was what you'd expect it to be, kind of a nothing match. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some sort of, controversy with the Hype Bros eventually, but does anybody really care? I don't know. I kind of don't, but hey, it might work and might be interesting. So now we get to the show proper, and the first match on the card is a Hell in a Cell, Usos versus New Day, and it's for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. New Day used candlesticks to imprison one of the Usos, and that was unique. I have not seen that done. I really enjoyed this match. It was a lot stiffer than I was expecting it to be. Oh, wow. I mean, the use of trombones, and they brought out several trombones, New Day did, and they started out with candlesticks. Or no, kendo sticks. I'm saying that wrong. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. And let me see. Usos use handcuffs to hang Xavier Woods on the ring post and then beat him on the chest and belly with kendo sticks. That hurt just looking at it. Oh, Jesus. That was just wild. And those looked like pretty stiff shots, so those guys were really working hard on making the show good and entertaining. Big E drives the Usos into the cell very hard. And I mean very hard. He just has each one on his shoulder and then just runs into the fencing. Now I know it probably didn't hurt that much, but it looked brutal. Then the Usos do a double super kick on Big E. Xavier Woods rushes in, breaks up the pin. Usos beat the cuffed Woods. He's still wearing his handcuffs. His hands are still cuffed together with the kendo sticks. Double Us with a steel chair, and Usos win. Very good and fun match. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was really, really good. I get it. The Uso Penitentiary, the Hell in a Cell. I get it. But I enjoyed it. It was good. Next on the card, we had, what did we have? We had Rusev versus Randy Orton. Rusev out first, and it was a good Randy Orton match, I guess, which went about like you'd expect. Orton wins with the RKO eventually, and it was fine. It was fine. Randy Orton's a hell of a talent, and so's Rusev, and they had a fine match. I mean, what can I tell you? Next up on the card, we had the Triple Threat U.S. title match, which had Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. And this match, I loved this match. I think Corbin got new music again. I'm not sure. Early on in the match, they get rid of Corbin. AJ and Ty Dillinger team up and eliminate Corbin from the ring, so basically they have the ring to themselves. Ty Dillinger goes for a roll-up pin on AJ, which AJ kicks out of. This is very early on after they got rid of Corbin. I gotta say, AJ Styles has probably the prettiest dropkick in the business. I mean, watching AJ Styles deliver a dropkick is just poetry in motion, as they say. Now, I gotta say, I am a huge AJ Styles mark, and he never ceases to amaze me. Dillinger and Styles working against each other without Corbin was fun. It was fun stuff between the two of them. I thought they had pretty good chemistry. Lots of finisher teases by both men. Finally, AJ gets a calf crusher on Dillinger, only for Corbin to yank Dillinger out of the ring. While he's standing outside, grabs Dillinger by the arm and just kind of yanks him out of the hold and out of the ring. Corbin's back in the match, and Styles' Pele kick on Dillinger, who falls on a prone Corbin and gets a near fall. So this was a near fall that entertained the hell out of me. AJ with a 450 onto Corbin from the outside for a 2. Dillinger and AJ now alone. AJ phenomenal forearm on Dillinger. Corbin throws AJ out and steals the pin on Dillinger. Corbin is the new U.S. champion. I thought it was a good match, and I'm expecting that AJ Styles is probably going to face someone for the WWE championship. Next we had Charlotte versus Natalya. They showed a big video package for Ric Flair and the health issues he was having recently. It was the packages that they put together are always nice. The match, I did not like this match at all. I'm not sure what it is. I think that all the years of terrible booking of Natalya has kind of just painted her in one way in my mind, and she just doesn't come across to me as a legitimate threat. Then there were some semi-fumbling, bumbling attempts at holds that didn't work out. The match was kind of a mess in my opinion. It ended when Natalya hit Charlotte with a steel chair on the leg that was allegedly injured. Outside the ring, referee immediately disqualifies her, and she retains the title, but Charlotte wins the match. So it's kind of a nothing victory. It was what it was. I mean, what can I tell you? Then we have a cute little video package with Breezango in a new Fashion Police skit. New case started, and it's called Pulp Fashion. I kind of like these skits. As long as they don't do them too often, it's not like a major storyline, I'm fine with it. I think it's entertaining, and I'm good with all that. Next, we have a match that, it was not what I was hoping to see. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. All the credit in the world to Jinder Mahal for trying to play the role of WWE champion. He's always been an enhancement guy, and basically his job was always to make whoever he was wrestling look like a star. Whereas as WWE champion, he has to get himself over while also keeping his opponent over as well. So that it's hard to do, and he's obviously green as grass when it comes to that. So the match ended with Mahal winning. Was with the Colossus. There was a tease that Nakamura was gonna win. Referee was kicking the Singh brothers out of ringside. He got outside the ring. So Nakamura hits his finisher and pins Mahal, but the referee's outside dealing with the brothers, and by the time he gets back in, Mahal kicks out. Kind of a nothing match. It was... I don't know what the hell Vince McMahon is doing with Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura is money all day long. The guy is tremendous. He's an incredible talent, an amazing wrestler, and he's got the personality, speaks English, the fans love him, and Vince McMahon just doesn't get it. He's like, oh, Japanese wrestlers don't get over in the States, so we'll just... But these people seem to like him, so we're not gonna try and get him over as a legitimate top baby face or whatever. We're just gonna do what we always do and squander our Japanese wrestling talent, because that's what we do in the WWE. So that was a terrible Vince McMahon, but that's how it comes across to me. Apparently Mahal has been champion for 139 days, so they are trying to legitimize him as much as they can. The match, nothing really to say about the match. It was what it was. If you saw the last one between these two, then you've seen this one. Maybe it was a bit better. Nakamura came off looking stronger in this one. But truthfully, I think that Jinder Mahal experiment needs to end, and I think he needs to drop the belt to someone. And Nakamura would have been a perfect choice, because that would lead naturally to a program between Nakamura and AJ Styles, which would be tremendous. As for Mahal, I don't think he needs to go back to being a jobber or an enhancement guy or, opening guy. He can now, after being WWE champion for 140 days, they can find a slot for him in the mid-card somewhere, and he'd be just fine in the mid-card, I think. Even the upper mid-card, he'd be fine in that. But Vince McMahon does what Vince McMahon does, and it doesn't always make sense, but what are you gonna do? Next up on the card, we have Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler, and this was a hell of a match. This was probably my favorite match on the card. Early on, lots of exchanged holds. These two guys just have such amazing chemistry together. I like Bobby Roode a bit better when he's a heel, but he's just fine as a babyface. I'm sure he'll turn eventually, because, that's always been his bread and butter, being a heel. But him and Ziggler, it was just fantastic stuff. And in the end, of course, it was Bobby Roode who wins the match, which was probably the right thing to do, booking-wise. And then right after the bell rings, Dolph Ziggler jumps up and does the famouser on Bobby Roode, sort of an attack after the match, to get his heat back, and I am fine with this. I think this is probably match of the night. Really good stuff. Loved it. This was probably my favorite match. What did we have next? We had Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. This was not as much a wrestling match as spectacle, pure and simple. It's hard to even describe. It was just a lot of madness, a lot of things to pop the crowd. Of course, what happened? Shane McMahon attacked Kevin Owens before Kevin Owens even got into the cage, so they're fighting on the ramp outside. That goes on for a while. Then Kevin Owens pretty much takes over the majority of the match once they get back inside the cell. There's a coast to coast that that Shane delivers to Kevin Owens, which looked painful because he hit hard and he smacked the back of his head right on the canvas, and I cringed when I saw that, because that looked like a concussion right then and there. But who knows? But that's not the end of the match. The end of the match is crazy and confusing. But anyway, it eventually ends up on top of the cage for some reason. Well, because it always has to end up there, because Shane McMahon has to do something crazy. A lot of spots with suplexes, with body slams on top of the cell, with the tease being that the chain link can break at any time, and considering the size of Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon not exactly being the smallest of guys. Not that he's fat or anything, he's just a bigger guy. He is. I mean, he dwarfs all the 205 Live guys, the cruiserweights. So, yeah, he's a bigger guy. So that was the tease while they were fighting up there. It was fine. It was entertaining, definitely. Eventually, Kevin Owens tries to throw him off the top of the cell, which Shane blocks. Kevin Owens starts climbing down the side of the cell. He's had enough of fighting up there. And Shane follows him. And now they're both hanging on the side of the cell and kind of fighting. And Shane knocks Owens down. Owens falls through one of the announce tables that was previously cleaned up. I think it was the Spanish announce table. And instead of pinning him, Shane clears off the next announce table and lays Kevin Owens out on that table. He starts climbing the cell, goes to the top, and he did exactly what you think he would do. He jumped off, and right before he hit Kevin Owens, I don't know if he was going for an elbow or if he was just going to fall on him or what the move was supposed to be, but mid-flight, of all people, Sami Zayn shows up and yanks Kevin Owens off the announce table so that Shane just completely misses and crashes right through the table. And at first, nobody knew what the hell was going on. The announcers are trying to save the bit because it happened so fast that most people didn't... And the camera angle was such that most people didn't even realize that Sami Zayn had shown up. And the announcers had to sell the point. And they had to show replay after replay of Sami getting Owens out of the way. No explanation given for this sudden change of, I don't know, relationship status between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but even though it didn't make sense, that's what happened. That's how it was booked. Sami Zayn then dragged Kevin Owens' semi-lifeless body on top of Shane McMahon. Referee counts. He tells the referee to count. The referee counts 1, 2, 3, and your winner is Kevin Owens. And for some reason, I guess Sami Zayn is a heel now. I don't know. I'm not entirely clear. Hopefully, it'll make sense on Tuesday. Shane McMahon gets put on a stretcher. They do the whole bit. I don't know how badly he was hurt. I'm sure things hurt on his body after that insane jump, which he does every time he's on a pay-per-view. It's kind of the exact same bump he did with the Undertaker match, and I don't know, doing the same bump over and over, it's like, alright, we've seen that, do something different, or just do something interesting. It doesn't have to be a huge, massive jump off a tall structure. You can do something different. I mean, the coast to coast is always fun. Do something different, do something like that outside the ring. I mean, I have no idea. But the match was fun. It was a spectacle. It was what you'd expect it to be. I have no gripes with it. It certainly wasn't a wrestling match. It was a lot better than I expected it to be. This was kind of the same situation as when Shane McMahon faced AJ Styles, and AJ brought the best out of Shane McMahon and carried him to a fantastic match, a really entertaining match. And that's pretty much what happened here with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens dragged a really fantastic match out of Shane McMahon. Kudos to Shane McMahon for what he does and at his age. But let's face it, he's not a wrestler. He's a special attraction from time to time. And his big thing is jumping off of very tall structures. That's it. The rest is left up to the guy he's working with in the ring to basically deliver a quality match so that it looks good and entertains people, because otherwise it's just a stunt show. Whatever, either way, Kevin Owens did a fantastic job. Shane McMahon did a fantastic job doing what he's able to do. And he really wasn't bad. I mean, his punches are starting to look a little bit stronger, but still just terrible punches. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much the entire card. That's the entire show. And Kevin Owens won. I think I mentioned that already. Shane McMahon gets carted off. We have no explanation for Sami Zayn. Let's see, what titles change place. Baron Corbin is the new U.S. champion. And, yeah, that's about it. And it was a decent card. The New Day versus Usos match was really good. The triple threat match was really, really good. The match of the night for me was Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. That match was just off the chains. Just crazy, wonderful match. I love matches like that. The Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens match was a spectacle. It was fun. It was good. Overall, I'd give the show probably a letter grade of a B. Maybe a B+. Not an A. B+ might be too strong. Somewhere between a B and a B+. Like B and half a plus. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on the pay-per-view. So let me ask you guys, what did you think of it? What did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. To my subscribers, I love you guys. You guys are the greatest. If you just stumbled across this channel, this video, or me, can I convince you to click that candy-like red subscribe button and give me a chance to win you over full time? You'll not only be helping to grow a fantastic community, you'll not only have my most sincere gratitude. But most importantly, you'll be notified whenever a new video goes up on the channel. This is Rob for Games New to Me saying, the pay-per-view was a B. That's the letter grade. Until next time, guys, be good to each other, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.